Hey everybody, I know day 29 is approaching towards us. But no need to worry, we are also preparing hard. In this video, we are gonna revise computer networks. For this unit, total 10 marks are allotted, out of which for 5 marks you will be getting one application based question. It is very easy to cover these 5 marks. It means for the remaining 5 marks, we need to study theory. Alright, let's do it then. We will cover important topics of computer networks. Then let's start with the definition of the computer network. Network means it's a collection of devices which are interconnected to each other. Why we interconnect them? To share resources as well as information. First is LAN, that is local area network. Second is WAN, wide area network. The third is PAN, personal area network. And the fourth is MAN, metropolitan area network. You may get question based on it. So let's revise it. When we connect the computers to each other, generally in an office or in a building, then it will be called as a local area network. So the area can be 1 kilometer to 10 kilometer. Obviously the purpose is to share hardware as well as some data and information. It is within the small area, that's why it is secure and fast. The second one is metropolitan area network. It is nothing but related to city. It means when we connect the devices within the city, it will be MAN. City can be sometimes big, so we can consider up to 100 km of range. This can be the example, cable broadband internet service. There is lot of noise in the surrounding as construction is going on, so bear me. If you will support me enough, I will try to create one soundproof studio. Alright, jokes apart, here is the third type of network, that is WAN. It has a global range and the internet is the example of WAN. So WAN is nothing but network of networks. Obviously, it will have the higher speed. Moving ahead to the fourth one, that is PAN, personal area network. When we connect the devices to each other within our home, it is the example of PAN. You can connect it through Bluetooth, USB or Wi-Fi. The range we can say 10 to 15 meters. We may get 2 marks question based on this topic. Now we know types of network: LAN, MAN, WAN, PAN. Here is another important topic. Based on it also you may get 2 marks question. It is nothing but switching technique which is used for transmitting data. There are 3 types of switching techniques: circuit switching, message switching and packet switching. Let's understand the first one, that is circuit switching. In this, physical connection will get established between sender and receiver, and that is obvious that data will get transmitted from sender to receiver, and telephone is the example of circuit switching. Here is the second switching technique, that is message switching. There is no physical connection between sender and receiver. In between we will have the switching office. So from sender data will go to the switching office, and then from switching office it will go to the receiver. Alright, here is the third switching technique, that is packet switching. In this, the data will go to the network in the form of packets. Packets means it's a small pieces of information. Here it will follow some algorithm so that the data will reach to the receiver in a faster way, but taking the shorter route. Alright, now along with types of network, we know the switching techniques too. The first is circuit switching, in which we have direct connection between sender and receiver. The second one is message switching, and the third one is packet switching. We are passing data over the network, so we should measure it also. So here are some of the data communication technologies. Out of that, let's read some of them. Baud is a unit of measurement and bandwidth is the amount of data transmitted. Alright, moving ahead to the third important topic, that is transmission media. This is used to connect 2 or more devices. We can connect the devices in 2 different ways. The first one is guided media, where we have direct physical connection, and the second one is unguided media. First of all, let's go through the guided media. There are 3 different guided media. The first one is twisted pair cable, second is coaxial cable, and third one is optical fibers. Let's go through it. First one is twisted pair cable. Look at the diagram. In this, 2 identical wires wrapped together in a double helix. This is how the internal structure of the cable will look like. There are some advantages and some disadvantages of this guided media. It is simple to install, easily gets connected, inexpensive, low weight and physically flexible. Then what are the disadvantages? It has low bandwidth, that's why the rate is low and it cannot carry the signals over a long distance. There are two types of twisted pair cable. The first one is unshielded. It means it is not having any insulation. And the second one is shielded. It means it will have a shielding. Here is the second guided media, that is coaxial cable. Look at the diagram. It is consist of a copper conductor and a insulator and metal mesh around that. And this entire setup will be covered in a plastic layer. Then what are the advantages? Obviously, it will provide more bandwidth. That's why it is better than the previous one. It is generally used for cable network. It also has two types, thick net and thin net. And here are some of the disadvantages. It is expensive. We are at third and last guided media, that is optical fiber. In this the data carries in the form of light. Look at the picture. It has core. It is made up of plastic or glass and there is one cladding which will cover it. And then to protect it, we have protective covering. Here are some of the advantages and some of the disadvantages. For this type of cable, there is no effect of electrical as well as magnetic interference because data carries in the form of light. It is used in industrial environment because data is secure and it provides higher bandwidth. Here we use glass for passing the data, that's why it is fragile and expensive. So in this way, one more important topic we discussed, that is nothing but transmission media. There are two types, guided and unguided. In guided, we discuss three transmission media, that is nothing but twisted pair, coaxial cable and optical fiber. You may get question based on it. Now you know these topics, you can write it easily. Then what about unguided media? In this there will be no direct cable between the devices. So for that we can use microwave. We are already familiar with this. We use this in smartphone, in satellite and wireless LAN. In that case, to pass the signal we use antenna which will be mounted on a tower. Here is second unguided media, that is radio wave. Generally it is used in television and FM radio. These are electromagnetic waves which will be in this range 3 kHz to 1 GHz. The third unguided media is satellite. We use this for different purpose, for weather forecasting, broadcasting and for mobile communication. In this satellite will be in the space and it will take the signals from the earth station. It will amplify and pass to another station. There are some more unguided media, infrared, laser and Bluetooth. Alright, let me take a pause and revise the three important topics that we discussed. The first is types of network. We discuss LAN, then we discuss WAN, the third one is MAN and the fourth one is nothing but PAN. Read definition as well as specialty, advantages, disadvantages. The second topic which we discuss is switching techniques. There are three switching techniques, circuit switching, message switching and packet switching. And here is the third topic, transmission media. In that we will be concentrating more on the guided one. So there are three different guided media. The first one is twisted pair cable. Second one is coaxial cable and the third one is optical fiber. Make sure if you will get question on it, you will be able to write. Here is the fourth important topic, that is network topologies, which decides the pattern of connection of different devices in a network. There are many topologies but we will be concentrating on these three, star topology, bus topology and tree topology. In star topology, there will be central hub and all the devices will get connected to that central hub by a single path. So this arrangement is called as star topology. What is hub? It's a network device in which we can connect many devices. We will discuss different network devices in a while. What are the advantages? It is easy to configure. In case one device is not working, we can remove it from the network. It will not affect the whole network. As there is a central hub, we have centralized control. And because of that only the protocols are simple. Do we have disadvantages? Yes, we need long cable because we need to connect all the devices to the central hub. It is difficult to expand and whole network depends on the central node. Alright, let's move ahead to the second topology. It is bus topology. Here we will have a single length transmission medium. The data will get transmitted in the form of packets. Generally, it is used in LAN. What are the advantages then? LAN has a simple architecture. It is easy to extend and the cable length also will be short. It's time to discuss the disadvantages. If there is a fault, it is difficult to detect it. Proceeding to the third topology, that is tree. It is a combination of bus and star. Look at the diagram. This is nothing but star topology and here it is bus topology. Here we have single transmission line. That's why the transmission will take place as a bus topology. Read the advantages. It is flexible and scalable and uses point-to-point wiring. Then what is the disadvantages? If the central line breaks, entire network will shut down. And this type of topology is difficult to configure. Alright, we understood what are the different topologies we need to study. The first is star topology, the second is bus topology and the third one is tree topology. In star topology, all the devices will get connected directly to hub. Whereas in bus topology, we have centralized transmission line and tree topology is a combination of star topology and bus topology. Hope you will remember this topic. There are many devices in the network. How to find out your own? For that we can use IP address or MAC address. IP address is a logical address whereas MAC address is a physical address which will be on the NIC card. NIC means network interface card. On that card you will have one unique address like this. It's time to proceed to the next important topic, that is network devices. There are lot of network devices with the help of which we connect different devices in a network. So here is a list of different network devices. The first one is modem. The full form is modulator and demodulator. This is used generally in case of telephone lines. Let's check out what is modulation and demodulation process. Sender computer will send the signals to the modem. Modem does the process of modulation. Modulation means the digital signals are getting converted to analog one. Then that analog signals will get converted to digital one. That process is called as demodulation. Both the operations will be performed by modem. And then finally receiver will get that digital signals. Hope you will keep in mind this process. RJ45, I don't think it is important. Let's proceed. The second one is network interface card. This also we will skip. We have one more device, that is Ethernet card. It is a type of NIC card. This device is important, that is nothing but hub. The device will look like this, which will have the multiple ports so that you can connect multiple devices to it. One more point we will note down about hub, that it will broadcast the message to all the nodes of the network. Here is the improved version of hub, that is switch. This is also device where we can connect multiple devices. Switch will not broadcast the message to all the ports. It will use packet switching and with the help of MAC address, it will send that package to the destination port. Then one more network device we have, that is repeater. It will amplify the signal so that the transmission can be extended to long distance. Here is one more network device. It is used to connect two different networks to each other. Just like bridge, we have routers too. But the specialty of router is it can handle different protocols. We will study protocols in a while. Bridge uses MAC address whereas router uses IP address. If you want to connect two different types of network, we can use gateway too. Let me take a pause. We studied different topologies. Along with that, we got to know how to identify our system over the network using IP address or MAC address. Then we revised different network devices. Now we will be studying what is protocol. The simple meaning of protocol is nothing but the rules. Here are the common protocols we will be using: HTTP, FTP, TCP/IP, SLIP and PPP. And here is a list of protocols which we will be using while sending and receiving mail. Keep the full form of the protocol in mind. Generally you will be getting question based on it to expand it. So the full form of HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And if we will write as, it's the secure version of Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The second one is FTP, File Transfer Protocol. It is used for exchanging file across internet. So here are some of the objectives of FTP. The next protocol is Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. Out of this, TCP part provides the delivery of messages and IP part will take care of the data to be sent. For that it will use IP addresses. Moving ahead to the fourth one, SLIP, Serial Line Internet Protocol, and PPP is point-to-point protocol. SLIP is used in case of dial-up lines, whereas PPP is used over serial line. Both will deliver the IP packets. SLIP is the earlier version and the advanced version is PPP. Alright, here is a list of the protocols which we will be using while sending and receiving mail. The first one is Internet Message Access Protocol. The second one is POP3, Post Office Protocol 3. It will allow the user to download the messages. The third one is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Keep this in mind, it is used to send mail. And the last is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The job of this protocol is to compose and retrieve mail. If you want to send the mail, you will be using SMTP. If you want to download, you will be using POP3. Hey all of you, look at the list of the wireless computing technologies. We are all familiar with this. There is one more important protocol we need to keep in mind, that is VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol. With the help of that, you can communicate over the network in the form of voice. So look at the question. This type of question you will be getting in the exam where you need to expand these protocols. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, Voice over Internet Protocol. Okay, listen, here are the some of the internetworking terminologies. Out of those, some we are going to discuss. Telnet, the full form is Teletype Network. It lets you to log into the remote computer system. What is browser? You have an idea. You know web server too. Sometimes you may get question to give the example of the browser. Give any of your choice. What is web page? It's a document. What is website? It's a collection of web pages. URL is nothing but Uniform Resource Locator. It's a unique address of the website, or we can say any resource. In this URL we have three parts. First is protocol, second is domain name, and the last one is path. This is the description of domain name. Let's discuss this topic because we have got the question based on it. Difference between XML and HTML. The first is HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. It is used to design web pages. Then what is XML? Extensible Markup Language. The specialty of this language is you can design your own tags. HTML is related to only display data, that's why it's static, whereas in case of XML you are carrying information, that's why it is dynamic. In HTML you cannot create your own tags, we need to use the predefined one. But in XML you can create your own tags. Here is one more type of HTML, that is dynamic HTML. This is used for web development which includes HTML, CSS and JavaScript. There is one more term, that is web scripting. When we involve script while designing web page, it is called as web scripting. And what is this script? Script is nothing but list of commands. It is just like programming language but not the complete programming language. And JavaScript is the most used scripting language. There are two types of scripting, client side and the server side. Client side means it is at the user's computer. So the script will execute at the client end. It is browser dependent. Services are secure. Client side scriptings do not have the access to the files and databases because it will be at the server. And here are some of the examples of client side scripting. Then what about server side? In this, the script will executed at the server end and the result will be displayed at the client end. It is browser independent. You can use any browser. This script will have the access to the files and databases because it is at the server side. For server side scripting, PHP is generally used. Here are some of the topics related to network security concept: authorization, authentication, biometric system and firewall. So let's wind up this chapter. Here are the important topics that we have discussed. In this first we discuss network types. It is LAN, WAN, MAN, PAN. Followed by the switching techniques. 3 switching techniques we discuss: circuit, message and packet switching. After that we discuss some of the data communication terminologies like baud, bandwidth, etc. Followed by the next important topic, that is transmission media. It is divided into 2 categories: guided and unguided. In guided transmission media, we have gone through 3 types: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and optical fiber. The next topic we studied, that is nothing but topologies. 3 topologies are important: star, bus and tree. After that we understood what is IP address and MAC address. Followed the discussion with the network devices. There are lot of network devices. The important one is hub, switch, repeater, modem, etc. And finally we discuss some protocols. They are nothing but HTTP, FTP, TCP/IP, SLIP and PPP. Apart from that we discuss some of the protocols for mail like POP and SMTP. One more protocol we will keep in mind, that is nothing but VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol. We even discuss some of the internetworking terms. Hope this revision will be helpful to you. Now it's time to check out the questions from the sample paper. Here is question number 17. Which protocol is used to transfer files over the internet? And the correct choice is FTP, File Transfer Protocol. Let's read the question number 18. Which network device is used to connect 2 networks that use different protocols? If we read the following option, gateway is the correct choice. Modem is used over telephone line, switch is used to connect different devices and repeater is used for amplifying the signal over a long distance. So to connect 2 different networks we use gateway. So B is the correct choice. We have one more 1 mark question, that is 19th. Which switching technique breaks data into smaller packets for transmission, allowing multiple packets to share the same network resource? Tell me, which are the switching techniques we studied? Circuit switching, message switching and packet switching. So ultimately what will be the answer? It is nothing but packet switching, in which the message is passed in the form of packets over the network. This is a 2 mark question. List 1 advantage and 1 disadvantage of star topology. There is a OR part 2. Expand the term SMTP. What is the use of SMTP? I am showing the answer from the marking scheme. Don't mind. We know what is star topology. There we will have central hub and all the devices will get connected to the central hub. Here the advantage and disadvantage you can write according to you also. Advantage is mentioned as network extension is easy and the disadvantage is failure of hub or switch result in the failure of the network. If you want to write something else, go ahead. And what's the answer for SMTP? Let's check out. The full form is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. We already discussed it is used for sending email. Ultimately it will go from client to server. By proceeding further, we got the question number 27. It is application based question which is for 5 marks. This is very easy. But I will suggest you to read the question with patience and carefully. Alright, there is one enterprises named Event Horizon. The head office is in Delhi. Now they want to set up one campus in the Mumbai with the following block: admin, food, media and decorators. So as a network expert, we need to suggest the best network related solutions. Now let's proceed and check the remaining question. Here is a table where distance is mentioned. And there is one more table with number of computers in each block. Exactly same type of question you will be getting in boards. Read it, it will be very easy to solve and score these marks. Alright, let's read the first question. Suggest the most important location of the server inside the Mumbai campus. When we want to decide which block will be the server, then we should check the number of computers. Out of this we can see that admin block has the maximum number of computers. So it will be the server. So look at the blocks in the Mumbai campus. Admin block will act as a server because it has more number of computers. Alright, let's move ahead and check the second question now. Which hardware device will you suggest to connect all the computers within each building? There are actually two options. One is hub and the second one is switch. But switch is the smarter version of the hub. That's why the option is switch. We got the answer for this question too. Now let's check the third one. Draw the cable layout to efficiently connect various buildings within the Mumbai campus. Which cable would you suggest for the most efficient data transfer over the network? So here are the distance mentioned between the blocks. We know that admin block is the server block. Then generally other nodes will get connected to the server. So this type of layout we will be providing. All other blocks will get connected to the server. It is nothing but star topology. Now we need to tell the transmission media. There are three: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and optical fiber. So based on the expenses, I can suggest any one of them, coaxial cable or optical fiber. Let's read the fourth question. Is there a requirement of repeater in the given cable layout? Why or why not? If we are using coaxial cable, there is no requirement of the repeater because that cable can send the signal over a long distance. Alright, moving ahead to the fifth one. What would be your recommendation for enabling live visual communication between the admin office at the Mumbai campus and Delhi head office? The first option is video conferencing, email, telephony and instant messaging. For visual communication, we have one option, that is video conferencing. Moving ahead to the OR part. What type of network, PAN, LAN, WAN or MAN will be set up among the computers connected in the Mumbai campus? Look at the distance between the different blocks in a Mumbai campus. It is in the range of 100 kilometers. For that, we will be using Metropolitan Area Network, that is nothing but MAN. Hope you understood this explanation. There is a video in which we have covered some more questions on networking. If you wish, you can go through it. With that, let's wind up today's video. In the next video, we will cover the topic Interface MySQL with Python. So until next time, stay positive, have belief in yourself, study hard. I will see you in the next video.